Hey everybody and welcome to DraftKings. I'm your host Taron Atkins, and joining me this week for week 4 of the English Premier League, we've got Jamie Hinks here to my left. Over in the corner we've got Andy Davis as ever, and joining us this week, special guest, it's Liam Mackay, Scottish football correspondent. Right, we're looking at some games everybody, just having a little look-see around, and we've chosen a good one for you, that's right. It's the big Monday clash between Sunderland and Everton. That's right, guys. I know you're as excited about this as I am. Let's start with Andy Davis. Andy, how do you see this game going?
We always joke with Sunderland games that they're going to stink, and we always make that, oh, we've got the big one coming up. It's Sunderland against insert name here, because we all know it's going to stink. And I think that's unfair. However, this one I think could be. It's not. This is not making me want to stay on Monday night. This is making me want to go out a very long way. One of those pubs that doesn't show football on a Monday night. Maybe a restaurant or a nice eatery somewhere.
Craft beer brewery.
This is all about Moyes going, his old team coming back to haunt him again. Sunderland, they look poor. I think Edo said that you Wikipedia their squad and it's terrifying. I don't really feel he's added much in the transfer window. I think these were the two teams, when we were talking about the transfer window, I was kind of slagging off both sets of recruitment. I think they're kind of two teams that have had an opportunity to move on from where they were last season and haven't. I mean, I think manager-wise they've both changed, but Moyes, the best Moyes is going to do is keep them up. And Koeman, with the poor recruitment, the best they're going to get really is mid-table that they were last year under the man who I won't talk about anymore. So I've got this one down as an Everton win, but I don't think it's been a particularly nice game to watch. And two teams that just could and should have done better in the transfer window and failed to. So more of the same. I think Sunderland are going to go down this year, and Everton are going to have mid-table mediocrity, and this is going to be a game against a relegation candidate and a mid-table mediocre team.
That's how I see it.
Mid-table.
Well, it's interesting you say that, Andy, because it could, quite understandably, it could go that way. It could be a bit of a damp squib with a tight victory for the away team. Or this could be the match, really, where one of these teams take off. Could be either of them. Could even be Sunderland. Who knows? Liam, what do you think?
Well, as your Scottish football correspondent, I feel like I should champion the managerial skills of David Moyes, who, of
future
course,
Scottish
future Scottish manager, absolutely, of the future. I'm looking into my crystal ball, and I see Qatar 2022 in his future.
And a foul qualification campaign.
Glorious, though, glorious. What do I think about this game? Monday night. Andy, I am actually out on Monday night, so I have an excuse to miss this game. But I think you can. Yeah, it'll be fun. It'll be fun. That will be fun. This game, Everton. It's a funny one with Everton because they've started great. Everton have had a great start to the season. Koeman's hit the ground running. The players have responded. There's a general level of optimism round the club, and isn't it odd that the non-signing of Moussa Sissoko changed everything for Everton? That £30 million botched deal that they didn't manage to execute on the last day of transfer deadline day led to all Everton fans becoming all pessimistic again and slagging off their new owners and slagging off the team and so on. I worry for Everton that negativity might permeate into the performance up in Sunderland on a Monday night, which won't be easy. Ordinarily, had the transfer window not gone the way it had for Everton, I would have said it's a banker away win. But given what's happened, I think this might be a 0-0 draw. It might be
the game Monday Night Football deserves.
It's the game it was born to show.
Sky deserve it.
Yeah, I don't see a lot of goals. I think Everton will set up Sunderland will set up not to give anything away. I think that will be to Jermaine Defoe's detriment. I think he'll be starved of service, and it's probably one of those nights where Romelu Lukaku goes up to the Stadium of Light and misses a hatful of chances. I can see that, and Ross Barkley too, the guy who probably should be in the England squad but yet isn't, and hasn't hit the ground running and hasn't really performed. I see bad performances for those two. I see a 0-0 draw.
It's interesting. Everton just about eked a victory, didn't they, in their last outing? It was a fortuitous penalty, but they managed to get the 3 points. They're not really convincing us just yet, but they've got a lot of talent, although a lot of bad luck with the transfer window. Jamie, you're our expert with these things, mate. What's going to happen?
I don't think Everton had that bad a window. If you think of, I don't like Lukaku, but he does score a lot of goals for them. I'm not going to hold that against him. In bunches against crap teams. So, I mean, we'll give him that. I think because everyone remembers that game against Chelsea, don't they? But they don't remember this was when Chelsea were absolutely terrible.
We were.
So, yes, he scored twice against Chelsea, but I think they did okay. So I think Idrissa Gueye is a good player and very underrated. He was very underrated at Villa last season purely because he was in that team that was so bad. Balassi it's on TV, so he'll probably have a good game.
Yes.
And they managed to kept hold of Barkley. I think Barkley's been very good this season. I was very surprised he wasn't in the England squad. Sunderland, they're the worst team in the league, in my opinion. I don't see a team worse than them. Against Borough, they were so poor. And this is coming from me. I watched Palace play probably the worst half of football I've ever seen them play against Bournemouth, and Sunderland is still worse, which is saying something. They've got some nice players for DraftKings. They've got people like Januzaj. They've got Defoe, who you can rely on for a goal. But, I wouldn't be playing Defoe unless you're absolutely sure he's going to score, because he never does anything else. He just scores, which is not a bad attribute for a striker. Well, it's a very good attribute for a striker, but on DraftKings you want someone who's actually going to do something else instead of just score goals, doesn't really have any other shots apart from that. But I think Everton will easily win this. I can't see, sitting in front of a load of empty seats, how Moyes is going to be able to motivate them, because he just doesn't look like he can motivate anything. 2-0 Everton maybe. I don't know where the optimism for them is going to come from, because as Andy was saying, Edo went through their lineup and they lost Jan and Veer, and he was sort of considered one of their best players, and they haven't replaced. They broke their transfer record and no one's ever heard of the player, so it just says it all really. Everton.
Would you say, Jamie, that for our DraftKings fans out there, there's no one in Sunderland worth picking if you were going to?
No, I'd pick Januzaj because he just crosses all game and he's a good player.
The person I would pick for Sunderland is Van Aanholt.
Yeah, Van Aanholt as well.
He's a guy who's really surprised me in the last year, because he's now playing in a system that suits him. He's a galloping, a marauding left back, Andy, and he scored a few goals, and he sets up a few goals, particularly for Defoe. So I'd say, if you're picking a team and you are attracted by a Sunderland player, albeit it's difficult, then Van Aanholt's your guy.
Okay, well, you know what I think, guys? I've listened to all your predictions. I think, actually, the Sunderland revolution starts here. That's right, the Moyes revolution. It's going to happen in front of the big TV cameras on Monday. We'll find out, who knows, but you know what? Guys, if you're watching this and you haven't already downloaded the app, download the DraftKings app, put it on your phone, put it on your tablet, put it on your home computer, pick your roster. You can win big. Welcome to the big time.